Hello, and welcome to my weekly ketogenic recipe videos. And an interesting bonus this week is it also falls into the paleo diet recipe. The paleo diet and the keto diet have a lot of similarities. I think the paleo diet, I think their plan is to eat less processed foods and more like naturally occurring foods, where keto is just low carb, no carbs. There are some carbs you can eat in paleo, but that's a long story of it resulting in a couple videos there. But anyway, yeah, this week's recipe is very, very easy. It's basically cut everything up, put in a crock pot for several hours, which is one of the very big reasons I love the crock pot. I love cooking with a slow cooker. But let me go ahead and show you what's all in it. And here's all what's in it. Quite a bit more than what I usually have in my my recipes. But I was just interested in looking up a paleo keto recipe. Anyway, starts off with 2 to 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1 pound of shrimp, which is the reason I'm not going to cook this very often, because that 1 pound of shrimp costs $12. Yeah, seafood in here in Kansas is for the rich people. 8 ounces of smoked sausage, which would paleo. Anyway, that's another video. Anyway, 1 green bell pepper, 2 stalks of celery, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 bay leaves, a cup of frozen okra, which again. Oh well. Anyway, 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Recipe calls for a 15-ounce can of tomatoes, but all I can find is a 14.5-ounce can. 1 tablespoon of 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, which I'm wondering if that's a typo, because that's a lot of Cajun seasoning. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is put the shrimp in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to cut up all the ingredients. So one moment. Okay, I got everything cut up here. I put the shrimp in the refrigerator because that's added quite a bit later. But for now, we'll go ahead and add everything into the crock pot. Our slow cooker. Sausage. Bell pepper, onion, garlic, bay leaves and spices here. Try to get that all in one spot. Seasoning, and tomatoes. And tomato paste, which I'll have to do that two-handed. Okay, I got all the ingredients except for the shrimp into the slow cooker there, and I'll turn it on high for 3.5 hours. So I'll just let that sit there and make my house smell good, because it smells amazing. And just that's another reason I love cooking with a slow cooker, because it just smells amazing. But anyway, I'll let that sit for a while and come back to it. It's been sitting there and cooking on high for about 3.5 hours now. So I'll go ahead and take the lid off and gently stir in the shrimp into the stew there. And I'm going to be gently stirring in there because it's $12 a pound. But let me go ahead and get those in there real quick and then stir it up. Just now thought maybe I should have cut up the shrimp into smaller pieces before mixing it in, but I got the shrimp mixed back in, and I'll put it back on for another 15 minutes and let that cook on high for another 15 minutes. We'll come back to it. Alright, recorded that video a couple nights ago, but I kind of forgot to record an outro. That's kind of what the unfortunate thing of working with cooking with a slow cooker. If you start too late at night, it's middle of the night before you're done cooking. tip for slow cookers: start early. Uh, but yeah, that recipe turned out really good. I think though I should have cut the shrimp into smaller pieces because um, the the whole shrimp is kind of chewy and rubbery to eat when you're eating the rest of it. So it's kind of breaks up the texture of the rest of the meal. But still tasted pretty good for the rest of that. But I don't think I'll be cooking it with shrimp too often because $12 a pound. But yeah, still really enjoying the keto diet. Slipping every once in a while, but trying to make this outro too long because it's just the outro to a video. But yeah, every Tuesday I want to upload a video of just the keto recipes I came across, and this one just happened to be a keto paleo diet recipe. So please like, favorite, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and have a nice day.